Hello everyone, my name is Jana Leigh. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to review the book called Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I know it's been out for a while, but I'm just getting into Sarah J. Maas. I've read the Akatar series, except for the newest one, The Silver Flames. I haven't read that one. And I'm not going to read that one. I'm not. Nesta as a character does not interest me. But that's a whole nother topic. Today I'm going to review Crescent City, and I really liked this book. I really enjoyed it, and I looked at some of the reviews of it on Amazon, and I was kind of shocked by some of the reviews, but we'll talk about that later. But right now, we're just going to give a brief synopsis of Crescent City. It's a new series by Sarah J. Maas, and the main character is Bryce Quinlan. She's 23, college graduate. She's a party girl. Um, she's half fae, half human. And in this world, humans are seen as trash. They're they're like cockroaches. They're like they're seen as just garbage. And the supernatural beings are the ones that are in power. Even though she's half fae, she's still seen as trash because she has human blood in her body. So it's kind of ridiculous, but yeah. So she lives in Crescent City with her best friend Danica. They share an apartment together. Um, she's kind of Bryce is kind of she's at this job that she likes it, but it's not what she studied for. She just kind of did it because she kind of took this position to pay her bills. Um, but she's a party girl. She works during the day, parties at night, and her best friend Danica is a werewolf. Um, she is an alpha and is destined to become the leader of the wolf pack, well, the leader of the werewolves in the city. Um, and I like Bryce and Bryce and Danica. They're very close. They're like sisters, really, and which is unfortunate because here comes a spoiler. Well, it's not really a spoiler because it says in the synopsis, but Danica dies right off the bat. Why? Yeah, it happened while Bryce was out partying one night, and Danica wasn't able to go because she was with her pack at the apartment. And Bryce came home and discovered they were all slaughtered, and I mean literally ripped to shreds. There was just pieces everywhere. And she was also friends with um, people of the pack that Danica was in. And so she basically lost all her friends in one night, except for two, which was Fury and Juniper. But she went into shock. She was absolutely devastated, as you might know, because Danica was her best friend. She took up for her when other people were mean to her. And they were very close. Like I said, they were like sisters. So flash forward 2 years. It just skips 2 years, and Bryce is coping with what she's trying to. She's pulled herself together somewhat. She still. You find out later that she's just kind of dead inside. She's just kind of coping, just trying to get through each day. She stopped partying. She stopped drinking, and she's just been keeping to herself. She tried to stay in touch with Juniper and her friend, their other friend Fury, which I think they all met in college. But Fury has just refused to talk to Bryce at all, and Bryce doesn't know why. Um, but one day, the governor of Crescent City, which is Archangel Micah, he comes by and he tasks Bryce into finding the killer because people are starting to die again. They're thinking it's a demon that's going around killing everybody. So they think it's the same demon that killed Danica. And Micah wants to know who it is. So he teams up. He puts together Bryce with Hunt Athalar, which is he's a fallen angel, and they're tasked with finding who's the killer. So Bryce and Hunt, they have this adorable relationship. It starts out with just being a working relationship. She keeps her distance. She doesn't want to get attached or, become friends or anything with him. It's just strictly trying to find out who killed Danica. She wants to find out. She's very motivated to, of course. And Hunt just thinks from the beginning, he just thinks she's a party girl. She's a party girl. She's selfish. That's what he thinks of her. But as they get to know each other and their relationship develops, he finds out that she's not the way he thought she was. Like, she's toned down quite a bit. And he starts to like her. Like, she's very beautiful. And he finds himself very attracted to her, and she also is very attracted to him. He's described as being, tall, muscular, very handsome. But everybody in this book, all the magical creatures are described as being devastatingly handsome. So it's just like whatever. But and as far as character personalities go, I love Bryce's character. She would be somebody I would definitely hang out with. She is funny. She's witty. I love this character. The way she teases people and just puts people in their place. I love it. I absolutely love it. I would definitely hang out with Bryce. But a lot of people, I've seen in the reviews, a lot of people didn't like Bryce. They thought she was just a horrible character. And I was thinking, what's so bad about her? She's 23. She's living her life. So what? She partied all the time. She just, she's young. She's young. Let her be great. You know what I'm saying? And Hunt, he's a fallen angel. He's a lot older than Bryce is. Bryce is just 23, and Hunt is, I think he's over 200 years old. But he comes with his own baggage. He's basically a slave. He's a fallen angel. Micah, who's the archangel, got him, bought him actually from this another archangel in another territory named Sandriel. And we find out later that Sandriel had a twin sister named Shahar, who Hunt was in love with. They were lovers, and he absolutely adored this woman. And they planned a coup of the government, Shahar and Hunt did, and that attempt failed. So, and Sandriel ended up killing her twin sister in this big battle. Um, and Hunt was punished. He had his wings chopped off, and which, the wings will grow back, but it's very painful. And so yeah, Hunt was punished, and Sandriel tortured him for years. I think Hunt ended up saying like she tortured him for about 7 years, I think it was. And yeah, but he's tattooed. His powers have been kind of diminished because of this magical tattoo he has across his forehead, and he's tattooed on his wrist that marks him as a slave. So when Micah buys him, he he tells Hunt that has a chance to buy his freedom. Well, not buy his freedom, but work for his freedom. So he's Micah's Archangel Micah's personal assassin. So Yeah, but there, I'm not going to go too much into that. But eventually, back to the story. Bryce let Hunt move into her apartment. I think she was just kind of lonely. I mean, all her friends are dead, and she talks to Juniper every now and again. Um, so, because he was camping on out on the roof across the street, because Micah told him he needs to keep an eye on Bryce to make sure she's not in danger, because she hasn't made the drop yet, which means she's not immortal. Um, and during this time when they lived together, they became very close. There was a lot of teasing and flirting, and it was just really funny watching these two come together, because Bryce would do all these little crazy things to him, and he would just, after a while, he just let her do it, because he just became really fond of her and would defend her a lot of times. Um, he would defend her from people who thought she was just garbage, especially after the murders had happened with Danica. Uh, Bryce was blamed for it. They called her a whore and all this other stuff, and Hunt would defend her. A lot of the werewolves, actually, they really hated Bryce, because they felt like she should have been there to help Danica but she was out partying. And yeah, there's some more to the story, but I'm going to leave that right there. So anyway, this relationship with Hunt and Bryce, it was very cute. I liked it. I liked them being together. But I know how Sarah J. Maas is. He made Bryce and Hunt may be the star couple in this book, but the next book, Hunt may turn out to be pure garbage and abusive. We don't know. We don't know. Because just like in Akatar, I thought that, what's his name? The Spring, what's his name? Tamlin. I thought Tamlin was pretty great in the first book. He had his moments, but I thought he was a pretty good guy. But then the second book rolls around and he's like abusive and neglectful, and that was a pretty big jump. Because I thought they really loved each other. But yeah. So I really did like this story. It was really good. It started off really slow. And you know how Sarah J. Maas does. She has that big info dump sometimes. And right at the beginning, it was just a lot of information to take in. And I had a hard time keeping up. And at one point I just like forget it. And I read it, but I didn't retain anything. So so yeah, that's one of the things that I didn't like about the book. And another thing, and this typical Sarah J. Maas, she keeps pertinent information from the readers and then drops a bomb like right at the end when it's so convenient. Like, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you read the book, especially in the third part of the book. She dropped bombs just left and right, and you're like, how did I not see this? Where did this come from? And then she'll review the clues that the reader should have picked up on, and I'm looking at these clues like, how was I supposed to deduce that was going to happen? How was I supposed to come to this conclusion from those little clues that you have given us? I mean, it's crazy. And the third thing that that's typical Sarah J. Maas, people don't stay dead. They don't stay dead. And if you read Crescent City, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll know. I don't want to give it away, but people don't stay dead. But with all that being said, that's why I cannot give this book a 5-star. I can't do it. But I will give it 4 stars because it did keep my interest. I will be reading the next book in the series whenever it's published. And I really do like it. I like it. So I'll give it 4 stars. And I like Bryce. I love Bryce. She is awesome. I just can't. I don't know why people don't like Bryce. They said a lot. I was reading some of the reviews and they said she was just not a likable character, and I'm like, how do y'all not like Bryce? And another thing that was mentioned was the relationship between Hunt and Bryce just didn't seem believable. Because by the end of the book, they were in love, and people didn't understand how did Sarah J. Maas make that jump from them being, a slow burn to all of a sudden they're in love. And well, not a slow burn, but it's not. This is not your typical love story. It's not typical in the sense that it was very obvious. The flirting and everything was very obvious. It was more subtle because they both had hangups about relationships, so it was very subtle. But I can see it. I can see. How could you not see it? Like yes, there was a lot of lust there, but also they genuinely liked being around each other. They really became close. They lived together, and they lived together. They worked together. They were together all the time, and I just don't see how people didn't see the romantic aspect of it. I I thought it was a very cute couple. I really like them being together, and I hope they get to stay together. But I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to end up in the second book, because I have a feeling that um, one of the princes of hell, is going to try to weave his way into Bryce's life. He seems very interested in her for some reason. So, yeah. So this was a very good book. I look forward to the upcoming book whenever it's written and published and everything. And anyway, if you gotten this far, thanks a lot. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for supporting me. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.